Hello, my name is Alyssa Ford. I am 19 years old and I currently attend Augusta University as a sophomore this semester. When was the last time you can recall that someone asked you about an object you had from childhood or remember from childhood that's still in your memory today rather than just the memory itself? In my case, I can not call this at all. Usually no one ever starts with that. It's usually like, hey, my name's this, what's your name? And it's just really quick, really brief, and you get to know each other in a few quick couple sentences, and you get to know each other's hobbies and what you like to do, maybe each other's age and where you live or something like that. And by being able to share objects or things that we remember from childhood, prove to get to know a person on a more personal level rather than a surface level meet and greet kind of thing where you just barely skim the surface. We'll get back into that, but for now, we're going to talk about who I am as a person. I was born into a military family where my dad was active duty military and my mom was an amazing stay-at-home mom. After I was born, a couple of years later, my sister was born, and she kept us out at a total of 6 people in our family. It was my 2 older brothers, myself, her, and then my parents, of course. With us being such a small group of people, the 6 of us, and always moving around, we didn't have too many friends or anything like that, or even family friends, so we just stuck really close and got a good sense of what family is gonna look like. It's gonna be hectic sometimes and get crazy. Within the times that we were moving, it gave, and like just being in the military in general gives you a great sense of nationalism and just being prideful of America, so I'm very much that. I also have quite the southern twang, I guess, if you ask some people, and living in Georgia for 10 years because my dad did retire here and we've lived here quite a while. I got some southern traits now that some people would view as southern. I enjoy a good, nice cup of ice cold sweet tea, and I love to hang out on the lake and just spend time with family and talk it up. Within the first year specifically of being in Georgia, I remember my 10-year-old self receiving a little gold ring from my mother, and it has a little heart on it right in the center, and I just knew in that moment that it meant a lot to her because my mom didn't have a ton of super nice jewelry for a little bit because it was single income for a while, and so we were just trying to figure everything out. And when I got that ring, I knew it was super important and almost as a symbol from herself that I was becoming mature and kind of entering the starting stages of womanhood. In her mind, she always viewed it as being her child has to be mature enough to be able to receive an item of such. And I knew that when I did get that she saw that I was making efforts and I was trying to grow up and do things that some 10-year-olds weren't even doing and just trying to get ahead of the game, I guess. As the years have passed and I've talked to her a little bit about it, it's also symbolized that my mom knew and still believes now to this day that I was going to do great things in my life and I was going to pursue a career and do things that every parent would want their kids to do. And furthermore, little me did keep the ring. I currently have it out of the room right now. But I did keep the ring and I kept it in a little jewelry box. And for quite a while it didn't work because it didn't quite fit my fingers. But now I do wear it. The last 4 years I've worn it day in and day out. And it just shows me, it never fails me to tell me wherever I'm at in life that everything's gonna be okay. That whenever I get home or I'm able to call my mom or something like that, that everything's going to work out the way it should. And it just gives me a greater purpose in life and just to continue to pursue and press forward even when I don't feel like it. Because I know I have my biggest cheerleader, who's my mom, just always giving me the support I need and the support I'm looking for. And especially in the world today, we always need someone like that in our lives. So by wearing that ring every day, it just allows me to know that each and every day I know there's a purpose for what I'm doing, and that whether I do it or not, or I succeed in what I'm trying to do, I'm still going to have someone who supports me 110%. In conclusion, we're all made up of tiny little things or even bigger things, experiences, backgrounds, environments, even items that we carry around, and those things mean a lot to us because we're able to recall memories with them, whether that be a sweater or a blanket or a stuffed animal or even a ring in my case, that these little things make up who we are, and it gives us a clue into who we are and gives us a bigger look into who we are personally and get to know ourselves more intimately than just knowing, oh, I have this stuffed animal because I was given it. Instead, we're able to look into the bigger questions of why do we continue to keep it? What does it really symbolize now since we continue to hold on to it? My background, as some would say, would be a military brat and a Southerner, and I'm completely fine with that. I claim Georgia as home, and I see family as important, and I'm glad that that is what some people would call my cultural background. With that being said, it's important to look at the small things in life and to see the little things that most people would overlook and just enjoy it for what it is and be proud of who you are and keep on hanging on to those things that you've been carrying around because there's a reason you're carrying it around.